All right, make sure you change the name of the file to the period name and the name of the part. Make sure you put first period. I did that just in general. All right, this box is going to have the size of 80 millimeters by 20 by 20, so the other two are default. And we're going to click right here to show this drop down menu and change the radius to 5. The two other measurements are default, 20 and 20. The only one we changed is 80. Okay, pay attention please. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and click on right here, duplicate and repeat. Click this button once while the part is selected so it's duplicated. And then I'm going to pull on this handle right here, this modification handle. I'm gonna hold Alt as I do so though. Make sure you're holding Alt down as you pull on this and see what happens. It actually extends in both directions, not just up, but it also extends down when you hold Alt. And you're gonna bring it up to the measurement of 24 millimeters. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab this modification handle, this one right here. I'm gonna hold Alt again as I push this in to have a measurement of 8 millimeters. Make sure you're holding Alt down so it also decreases in size on the opposite side.
Wait, mister. Wait, give me a second.
Make sure you're holding Alt down, otherwise it doesn't work. All right, I'm gonna do one last one. With this modification handle right here on the right side, I'm gonna hold Alt as I pull this in to have a total measurement of 70 millimeters. Look at how both on the left and right side it is changing size, both on left and the right side. 70 millimeters. So this box here, this one that we just created, should have a total measurement of 70 by 8 by 24, and the original should be at 80 by 20 by 20. Do you have two boxes? All right, one of them should have this size, 70 by 8 by 24.
The bigger one?
No. The bigger one should be 80 by 20 by 20.
The other one should be 70 by
70 by 8.
I got it.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and change this size right here to dark gray, or change the color on this part to dark gray. I'm gonna select this, we're gonna call it the grip. We're gonna select the grip right here and hold Alt down. Again, you hold Alt down as I rotate this 90 degrees. When you hold Alt and you rotate, that should duplicate the part as it rotates it. So you should have two grips, and if you did it correct, it should be the same on the other side down here. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. All right, I'm going to go ahead and select both of these parts and hold both of the grips, only the grip, not the handle, and you're going to hold Alt as you rotate it 45 degrees, and that should give us those details. Let's go ahead and bring in a pyramid. Pay attention, don't fall behind. Bring in a pyramid. Can you please stop talking? Stop talking and pay attention. All right. I'm going to change the size on this one to be 5 wide by 1. And the height of 10. Again, this is 5 by 1 by 10. Go ahead and hold Alt as you rotate this 90 degrees. Let's continue. Now I'm going to bring in a cylinder, which I'm going to size down to. If you hold Shift as you bring this in, both the sizes come down together, and I'm going to size it down to 4 millimeters. Now this one, I'm going to make it have a height of 7 millimeters. A height of 7. And I'm going to turn it into an empty shape right here. All right. Now I'm going to bring in a box. And I'm going to hold Shift as I shrink this down to 10 millimeters. Hold Shift. If you hold Shift, they all change together. So if that's 10, what do you think the height is? Okay. It changes proportionally. So if this is 10, then this is 10, and the height is 10. It's a cube, exactly. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and select both the cylinder and this new box and click Alignment. And I'm going to align them center from front to back and center from left to right. Now the cylinder should be hidden in the middle of the box. 10 by 10 by 10. All right. Now group the box, Control G, and that should have cut a hole out of the bottom of the box. Now let's turn this box into an empty shape by clicking this button right here. And I'm going to select the pyramids and this new shape. Click Alignment and align them center and center, so that the pyramid is in the middle of this shape. And then you group all of this with Control G, and that should give us what starts to look like the top of a screwdriver. You click on L for alignment. All right, well, let's add one little last bit of detail here to make it look more realistic. I'm going to bring in a cone, and I'm going to hold Shift as I shrink this down to have a height of 4. Which I then align with the screwdriver tip over here. You select everything and you align it. It's 4 by 4 by 4. It's a good size. You could if you wanted to. But all right, and then you're gonna group them after, yeah. A normal group, just group it. All right, then we're gonna bring in another cylinder, which we're gonna proportionally size down to have a diameter of 4. Now again, when I say diameter, I don't need to mention all of the measurements because diameter means it's the same all the way around. So Diameter of 4 means that both of these are going to be 4. A 4. All right. I will now go ahead and change the height of this to 100. All right. Now I'm going to take this, the screwdriver tip, and I'm going to take this little arrow, the little cone arrow right here, to bring it up to a height of 100. After you do that, you select both of these parts and you align them centered and centered before you can. You select everything. You select all these both these parts. You click alignment and you click on center and center, which should give us this part, and we group them. After you group them, you could rotate this 90 degrees. All right, so before we continue, I'm going to take all the parts from the handle and I'm going to bundle group them so we don't lose the align them. So this is the bundle group, it's Control B. I'm going to bundle group them, that way we don't accidentally lose the alignment. So we can now move it. Okay, I will now go ahead and select both of these parts, click alignment, and I want to align center from top to bottom. Center from top to bottom. What's going on? Center from top to bottom and center from front to back, which should give us this right here. Now, depending on where you had this post positioned, it may either be out here, or you could hold shift as you place it within the handle. All right, so this is the final or the finished part, and you guys can see it has the name on it, but it also has this flange right here that will not allow your hand to slip down onto the working material. So we're gonna go ahead and try that now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in this tool right here, the revolve tool, revolve sketch. And what this does is we're gonna draw a profile which will then be revolved around an axis. So I'm gonna bring this and just place it here, and I should be brought to this screen. All right, I'm gonna do this 2 different ways. The first one, most people get stuck on, so then I'll do a second one that is easier. But if you wanna go ahead and try from the beginning. All right, guys, we have a couple of tools over here. We have the straight line tool, and then we have a Bezier curve tool, and then we have the smooth curve tool. We're going to be using this Bezier curve tool, so go ahead and select that. All right, for this next part, instead of following along right as I do this, I would suggest you just watch, because if you follow along, you're going to look down and I'm already going to be ahead, and then you're going to look up and you're going to be lost. So just watch and try to replicate this as I do this. All right, so a couple of things to know about this tool. You can click is one thing, and the second thing you can do is you can click and drag, and that creates the Bezier handles. So both those are 2 different things that we can do. So let's go ahead and erase this, and I'll show you the part how I'm going to do it. And I gotta kind of concentrate to do it. correctly, but all right. Let me see if I could zoom in so you guys can see the actual part. All right, I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna click 5 millimeters up this way, and I'm gonna click and drag. And so I didn't click. See, it didn't work. All right, give me a second. It changed my tools. Go back to Bezier. All right, let's try it again. I'm gonna click here. Over here, I'm gonna click and drag. And then I'm gonna come up this way, and I'm gonna click and following it by clicking and dragging again. And I'll click and drag. Is it stuck? Click and, no, it's asking me to click on that little number. All right, click and drag, and just try to make this kind of shape like this. So before I continue here, now I need to do straight lines. I don't need curves anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead, come over here to this tool and click on my straight line tool so I could finish. And I'm gonna finish with a straight line here and a straight line down to close off the shape. Raise your hand if you kind of sort of got something that looks like this. Even if it doesn't have to be perfect. One person. Was anybody able to close the shape?
I got it backwards.
Was anybody able to close the shape? Yeah, that's good enough. Was anybody out? Only one person? All right, I'll try a different one then. All right. You just go ahead and click over here to finish shape. And see here it gives you an example of the part that it's going to create. I'm going to click on finish shape, which I could then rotate 90 degrees and align it with this. All right. Well, anyway, you do that, and then you're able to just kind of